Welcome back to the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Awards. We're now going to move to the emerging category. And from a standing start, our first 4 bright sparks have taken a blank canvas and have painted on it a whole new world.
Tommy Griffith has a straightforward ambition for his business, PEL Recycling, and in particular his own design, the PEL Bottle Crusher.
People mention a vacuum cleaner, they say Hoover. When they mention a digger, they say JCB. They don't say digger, they say JCB. And I want our machine, our bottle crusher, to be the #1. So when people mention bottle crusher, they say the PEL. And that way everyone else is trying to be up to our standard. In every business, someone has to be able to make the final decision. And one thing I was never having a fear of doing was making a decision. It's like asking someone a question. The worst they can say to you is no. Same way in relation to selling our products. I've no fear of going into customers and asking them for their business.
Owen Cook decided in 2004, after 2 decades of successful business, to risk everything on establishing the Pallet Network, a centralised road haulage system.
We risked 20 years of profit, cumulative profit from 20 years of successful trading, and risked all of it on this venture. Thankfully it worked, and it's a great success. In a downturn, you have to be sharp and you have to be smart about how you run your business. And if you start off in that kind of environment, you're going to have very little fat in the business, and you're going to be efficient. You know, if you can carry that through the good times, you do extremely well.
Trina Campbell succeeded where countless others have failed, turning a small internet blog aimed at teenage girls into a global phenomenon with millions of dedicated online followers.
It would be fantastic to win, but who knows? And at the end of the day, if you win or you lose, it's still not going to stop the fact that we're a small Irish company that plans on becoming a world leader in this area, and that's what we want to do. The nomination in itself has its own power and sway in terms of giving you credibility and a seriousness in terms of even dealing with the accountants we deal with, or the bankers or the investors that we deal with, because we're starting to attract quite a lot of interest as a company in terms of where we want to grow and how we want to expand into new markets.
Howard Beggs has worked in the healthcare sector for 16 years, and his company Helix Health are now a leading IT provider for GP surgeries, clinics and pharmacies throughout Ireland and abroad.
Helix Health, same as a number of finalist companies, are very much representative of the smart economy that the country is striving for. A lot of them are high-value jobs. It's research and development. It's at the cutting edge of technology, and these are, I suppose, leading products that you can export. The company's success overall is down to a very big team with a very broad skill set. I'd like to think the right leadership brings it together in the right way.
The ability there to lead from the front, a characteristic common to all successful entrepreneurs. So now let's meet the final 4 entrepreneurs of the night.
If you build it, they will come. Jim Sheehan of Surecom knew that he would have to invest in expensive mobile phone equipment before the big mobile phone operators would agree to do business with the new company. But then, as any good entrepreneur will tell you, risk is all part of the challenge.
We operate to a corporate level. Although we're a small company, we operate to big corporate customers like the Ericssons of this world and the O2s, and they expect a certain amount of standards. In some regards, we were very fortunate that we started a company and it was a success straight away. A lot of people you talk to, they've gone to 2 or 3 companies. A lot of the entrepreneurs started and failed and learned, so there is value in going the hard road.
Being involved in this year's emerging category has given Declan Gallagher the chance to see how his seaweed fertiliser business, Elan Glasgow, might grow in the coming years.
For me, the nomination has helped me as a business person in managing OGT, but also it's helped OGT in develop through network, through contacts, and a better understanding of businesses that would be similar to us 10 years ago. It's a good boost for me personally, but also I think it's a nomination and a nice tap in the back for the team around OGT that has helped us develop to where we are now.
Ed Murphy and Michael Carney have taken a different business route to the other entrepreneurs. They acquired the successful US franchise Home Instead Senior Care to add to their already successful Snap printing franchise.
We have spent the last number of years helping entrepreneurs go into business. So far, I think we've had over 50 people who we've helped give them a system, give them a structure to go into business, and it's been fantastic to do that.
There was no doubt in our mind that we could make it successful, and I think we proved that very quickly after setting up the first office in Leopardstown. And I think we'll end up with probably somewhere around 22 to 25 offices within the next 2 years.
Mike Fitzgerald's company Altobridge started with mobile phone technology for use on aeroplanes and now provides the technology to bring some of the world's remotest communities into the mobile phone era.
I'm just customer focused. I'm out there. I'm on the international market doing whatever I can do to bring business into the company. The partnerships we put in place are the biggest in the world. That's all you can do. One of the disadvantages I have is that I don't have any Irish customers. I don't do business in Ireland, so I don't get the chance to meet a lot of people. But when you meet them and you see what's going on in the country, I'm going to give you great hope. So to be part of the team that's there, to be part of the previous nominees, you meet a lot of them, it's great. It's a great camaraderie. It's a great kind of family to be part of.
So to choose a favourite child from this great family, please welcome Donald Durkin of Invest Northern Ireland, Julie Cinnamon of Enterprise Ireland, and Liam Nellis from Intertrade Ireland.
Our indigenous enterprises hold the key to our economic prosperity.
And in a global marketplace, innovation will be the engine of our future growth.
And the winner and the 2009 Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year is Mike Fitzgerald.
Every day, cutting-edge mobile phone technology developed in Kerry has helped to keep the world in touch, in the air, on the sea, and in the planet's most remote communities. This achievement has earned Mike Fitzgerald the title of the Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year.
I don't think I'll let it down, actually. I think I'll hold on to it. Thanks a million. I didn't really expect this because it's phenomenal. The competition this year is extreme, which is good for 2009. I'd just like to thank the team at Altobridge. It's a pleasure to have worked with them. You know, 21 years ago, I started in Athlone as a software engineer, and the team leader asked me, did I understand the concept of teamwork? But I didn't really discover it till I got to Altobridge. It's phenomenal what they've done. Even this morning, they got acceptance for a project that took them 12 months. There were husbands and wives in India and places like that just trying to get approval for so long. So to the wives and the husbands at home, the sons and the daughters that have to sacrifice as much as we do, I really would like to just give a special word to those, because, I mean, you talk about entrepreneurialism, but there are people at home that are lonely waiting for them, the others to come home. So thanks to those. To my mentor of the last 10 years, I only think of St. Job when I think of him, because he has to have incredible patience to put up with me. But Declan Hogan has been phenomenal since I got back to Ireland 10 years ago. He's given me the confidence to go on, a confidence I wouldn't have had without him. So I wanted to say a few words in Irish, but I'm not really a native Irish speaker, but I would like to say Bavalam Buekas Gval Le Declan and As Hucht an Inspirad.
Already tonight we have showcased in our special award the entrepreneurial achievements of Morgan O'Sullivan in Irish cinema and Aidan O'Brien in Irish sport. And now it's time to acclaim one man's contribution to science and a culture of innovation in this country. His idea, sparked over 4 decades ago, ignited to become a national institution and provided a precious breeding ground for some of Ireland's most imaginative talents.
The last of this year's Special Award nominees is Tony Scott. In the early 60s, Tony established the Young Scientist exhibition. Since then, thousands of school children have taken part, and many use the experience to start their own successful high-tech companies.
It gave me real motivation, self-confidence to go forward into the field of science.
I think if we didn't have Young Scientists going for the last over 40 years now, I think we'd be a very different country.
It's important for Ireland because, in a sense, it kind of builds up our reputation for science in the world. It's important for companies being here and realising that this is taking place. Tony Scott wasn't thinking of the smart economy all those years ago, 4 decades ago, when he set this up. He was just thinking of kids engaging with science.
He's such an inspiring man to have fostered it for so long and to work so hard at it, and he's made such contacts around the world that Ireland is seen as a great example to the rest of even Europe, because the Young Scientist is the biggest exhibition of its kind in Europe.
The thing about Tony Scott is that he is so self-effacing. He doesn't think it's a big deal that he's done this, and it's a huge deal.
He's not in it for any other reason than for his love of physics and maths and biology and chemistry, and to see that students enjoy it, and that hopefully that Ireland will keep fostering this positive opinion of science, and that it'll benefit our whole country.
Tony Scott there, ladies and gentlemen, a man worthy of the acclaim of a society that has finally caught up with the ambitions of his original vision. Now, can you please give a warm welcome to the chair of the judging panel, Mr. Denis O'Brien.
In unexpected places across our island, the roots of an entrepreneurial culture are taking hold. All 3 of this year's nominees are exemplary role models, but the winner of the 2009 Special Award is Aidan O'Brien.
I'd learn to speak in antelope and turtle. My Pekingese would be extremely good. If I were asked to sing in hippopotamus, I'd say why not a must, and I would.
President McAleese, Dr. McAleese, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm not very good at this. But on behalf of Anne-Marie, myself, and all our team, I just can't say how much of a privilege it is for us to win this award. I would just like to thank Ernst & Young, all the sponsors, and all the judges. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to say a few words the President of Ireland, Mary McAleese.
You're all in wonderful form. Can I tell you, this room is charged with an energy that I have never experienced. And I've been in a lot of rooms with a lot of people. You are truly Ireland's national entrepreneurial energy grid. You are phenomenal. Give yourselves a round of applause. These awards, these Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Awards 2009 in particular, they just remind us at a very important moment that right across this island, 24/7, there are men and women doing their level best to find business opportunities, business success, to create jobs, to bring prosperity, despite that multitude of barriers and difficulties which are well rehearsed day in and day out. Tonight we salute the very, very best of them, the cream, because the 24 shortlisted entrepreneurs are clearly part of a very highly competitive pool, and each one of the stories that we heard tonight is evidence of courage, resilience, inventiveness, and it makes us so proud to be part of a generation that is so spirited. And none of the people who were awarded tonight, I don't think anybody in this audience needs to be told how tough it is out there in the stormy marketplace, because you know how tough it is. That's where you placed yourselves. That's where you volunteered for. And, of course, the theme of the awards this year is Navigators of Success It's a very well-chosen title because I think more than any past cohort of entrepreneurs, not only have you to safely navigate the tempests of these times, but you're also, importantly, convoy leaders. Where you lead, so many others, all the rest of us follow. You inspire others to follow, to try, to believe in themselves, to succeed. And tonight, we're not just celebrating your spirit, though the spirit is evident in the room, but we're also celebrating, most importantly, your proven, tried and tested success. In back of that success, as we've heard more than hinted at through some of the speeches we've heard, are stories of innovation, of a phenomenal work ethic, absolutely phenomenal work ethic, of huge self-sacrifice on the part of the entrepreneurs and their families and their colleagues, and burdens of worry that no one has actually articulated out loud because they're too genteel to do that. But in this room, you know the burdens of worry you carry as entrepreneurs. And that package comes wrapped up in an impressive range of wonderfully high-calibre projects, each one of which we know to be here tonight was subjected to the most rigorous forensic expert scrutiny. So they are, every one of them, worthy of our respect, our admiration, our gratitude, because, believe you me, in this room tonight are the people who keep Ireland well marked on the global map of proven entrepreneurial genius. So we owe you a huge debt of gratitude, and I wish every one of you here tonight continued success in all that you are working for and in all you do. So whether you leave with one of those big heavy awards tonight or not, I hope that just simply being here, that your presence here, your participation in these awards, your getting onto the shortlist, I hope you see it as what it really is intended to be, a huge encouragement to keep on doing what you are doing, and also an important recognition of just how much you, in your daily lives, contribute to the well-being, the welfare, the hope and the continuing prosperity that we yearn for of this island. So to the winners, every one of you, warmest congratulations. You really are people to lift our hearts tonight. So enjoy the night off. The one thing I did gather that there aren't too many nights off, and there were not too many of those on the road to tonight, and there probably aren't too many from this event tonight. So enjoy the success, enjoy the recognition. Gura míle, míle maith agaibh.
And now it's time for our final act. From Ernst & Young, Mr. Mike McCarr.
Although it's a dark and stormy night outside, tonight has proven that the future of Irish business is brighter than ever. The 2009 Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year is Terry Clune.
Well done. Big round of applause, Terry.
Thank you. Did I say something else?
Terry, what people will want to know, what lots of people will want to know is you started this whole thing from college.
That's right, yes. I started when I was on second year in Trinity. I was working abroad as a student, as lots of people did back then, and I saw an opportunity to be able to develop a small service, to give a service to my fellow classmates, and I expanded it from there. And we've now built a company. We have offices in 21 countries, and we employ over 650 people around the world.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2009 Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year. So now the gauntlet has been laid down, and who is going to take up the challenge next year? Whoever you are and wherever you are, we are looking forward to meeting you. Until then, thanks from Dublin City West Hotel. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.